Do you want to increase your lean muscle mass as fast as possible without effects of steroids? Well, SARMs might be an option, but let me tell you something about SARMs. SARMs are a very dangerous classification of drugs that has gained popularity amongst student athletes in universities. According to the NCAA, SARMs are banned due to their anabolic properties, as well as banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency. SARMs are also not approved by the FDA and are still in clinical trials. These drugs are being consumed by some of our athletes at ACU. From my personal experience, I've seen a friend take these. SARMs need to be prevented through the ACU athletic department. As you can see, these hazardous drugs are gaining popularity. So let's see what the problem is. SARMs have become popular among student athletes at ACU. According to USADA.org, the first SARM became introduced in 1998. Ever since then, they have gained popularity, and new classification of SARMs have been produced each year. SARMs are very dangerous drugs with long-term consequences that are yet unknown. According to an expert on New York Times named Dr. O'Connor, he says that drugs can cause liver cancer and other complications. So, I have conducted an interview with one of the friends I know that has taken this drug in the past. According to him, he took this for 8 weeks, didn't feel much side effects except from the fact that he was gaining muscle extremely quickly. Although at the end of the cycle, he did feel some slight depression, and it was because of the testosterone suppression. That's what this drug does to you. It suppresses your testosterone levels. In an article in healthline.net, an FDA official said, student athletes need to be well informed on this drug due to the complications. Now that we have seen how dangerous this drug is, let's explore how we can solve the solution. The ACU athletic department staff needs to educate their student athletes on SARMs. There is an educational session conducted each semester at the beginning of each semester at the Wildcat Stadium at the Brown Family Club level suite. Within these sessions, we can inform our student athletes on the consequences. In an article by the New York Times, Dr. O'Connor says, taking these drugs increase the risk of stroke, cardiovascular problems, and can cause liver problems as well. If our athletic department staff at ACU can start educating our athletes about the consequences about this and advise their coaches to keep their athletes in check, we can bring these numbers down. In fact, I asked 20 ACU students about their knowledge of SARMs. As you can see, SARMs are not for human consumption. They're for lab research use only. So that tells you a little bit something about how dangerous they can be. Out of these 20 students that I asked, only 6 were familiar with the drug, meaning that 70% were not. Although this is a small representation, this could be an overall representation of our student athletes at ACU. After asking them that question, I asked the people that said yes if they knew they were banned by the NCAA. 4 of them said yes, the other 2 didn't know that. So what does that tell you? It means that a small percentage of the population does not know that these are illegal and that making them consume this drug. Some other advantages my solution has is that we will bring in better athletes into our school, as well as the number of failed drug tests will go down. I'm not saying that we are failing drug tests because of this drug, but it can lower the amount. And with this, we will be able to keep better athletes and recruit better athletes, thus bringing more wins into our program, which will create greater revenue, more money for our program and for our school. I truly believe my plan can help make a difference at ACU, and especially for the very few that are suffering these significant problems. ACU's athletic department staff has the power to prevent the use of SARMs. Through educating our student athletes on these hazardous drugs, we will raise awareness. They will know what this drug is and will know next time to prevent use. I urge the ACU athletic department to become educated on performance-enhancing drugs. Next time our student athletes consider taking SARMs, they will know that their health and morals come before a slight advantage on the field or a better physique. This can help save several lives.